The first time Laura Wilson saw the house, she felt cold. Not the normal cold of early spring. This was different. A quiet cold. The kind that lives inside walls. The house stood alone at the end of a narrow street. Tall, white, clean. Too clean. The windows reflected the sky like dark mirrors. The front door was closed, but it looked tired, as if it had been opened too many times before. Daniel stood beside her, smiling. "This is it," he said. "Our fresh start." Laura forced a smile. She had not wanted to move. But money decided everything. Daniel's teaching job barely paid enough. Rent was rising. Their old apartment was too small for the twins. This house cost less than half of what it should. A miracle. Or a mistake. Inside, the house smelled old. Not dirty, just remembered. Wood, dust, something sweet and something bitter mixed together. The real estate agent spoke quickly, nervous. Big rooms, strong foundation, quiet area. Laura asked the only question that mattered. Why is it so cheap? The agent paused. People don't stay long. That was all. No explanation. Moving day was sunny. The twins ran through the rooms laughing. Emily chose the left bedroom. Sarah chose the right. Same size, same windows, same closets. Perfect symmetry. Laura tried to feel happy, but the house felt like it was watching them learn its shape. That night, the first night, nothing happened. Silence. Too perfect. On the second night, Laura woke suddenly. She did not know why. The bedroom was dark. Daniel was breathing slowly beside her. Then she heard it. Footsteps. Upstairs. Slow. Careful. A single step. Then another. Not rushed, not heavy. As if someone was walking gently, trying not to be heard. She whispered, "Daniel?" No answer. She sat up. The footsteps stopped. Silence returned. Her heart was beating fast. She told herself it was the house settling. Old houses make sounds. She lay back down, but sleep did not come. The next morning, Sarah spoke at breakfast. Her voice was soft. "There was a man in my room last night." Laura laughed too quickly. "You were dreaming, sweetheart." Emily shook her head. "No dream. He was real." Daniel frowned. What did he look like? The twins thought. "Tall," Emily said. "Sad," Sarah added. They said he stood near the closet. He did not speak. He only watched them sleep. Laura dropped her spoon. She did not remember doing it. Milk spilled across the table. Daniel cleaned it up. No one spoke again. That afternoon, Laura cleaned the girls' room. She always closed the closet doors. Always. When she finished vacuuming and turned to leave, both closets were open, wide, empty. She stood very still. Then she closed them, slowly, carefully, as if closing eyes. That night, Laura dreamed of a woman crying in the walls. By the fourth day, the house had learned their routines. When Daniel left for work at 7:30, the hallway creaked. When Laura washed dishes at noon, the pipes whispered. When the twins slept at 8, the walls breathed. Small sounds, almost normal, but always timed, as if the house followed a schedule. Laura began to feel tired. Not normal tired, heavy, like something was pulling energy out of her. She forgot small things, left doors open, lost keys, forgot words. The twins changed too. They stopped laughing. They sat together on the floor whispering. When Laura asked what they were talking about, they said, "The house." "What about the house?" "It tells stories." Laura laughed, but her hands were shaking. One evening, Daniel heard voices in the living room. It was almost midnight. Laura and the twins were asleep. The voices were low, confused, overlapping, like many people speaking through water. He stood at the top of the stairs listening. Men, women, children, some crying, some begging. He walked slowly. Each step made the voices louder. In the living room, the lights were off. Shadows filled the corners. The couch cushions were pressed down, as if people were sitting there, watching him. When he turned on the lights, silence. Empty room. But the cushions were warm. Daniel did not sleep again that night. The smells began the next day. In the kitchen, smoke. No fire, no burnt food. In the bathroom, metal. Sharp, like blood. Laura scrubbed and scrubbed. The smell stayed, then vanished, as if it was never there. That night, Emily woke screaming, "There's red on the wall!" Laura ran. Nothing, only clean white paint. But Emily cried until morning. A week later, Laura found the drawings, dozens of them, hidden under the twins' beds, under pillows, inside books. Every drawing was the same house. Every room had a person lying on the floor, one in the kitchen, one in the hallway, one in the bathroom, one in the bedroom. Always four, always still. No faces, only dark shapes around them. Laura sat on the floor and cried quietly so the girls would not hear. That night, Daniel heard breathing in the pantry. Slow, wet, painful. He opened the door. Inside, the shelves were empty, but the wall was marked. Red lines, finger marks, dripping. They slid slowly downward. He touched them, warm, then vanished, under his hand, gone, like memory erased. He washed his hands for 10 minutes. The smell stayed. Later, Laura stood in the bathroom. The mirror fogged on its own, and words appeared. "Help me." She wiped them away. Behind the mirror, someone knocked. Once, twice, then crying, soft, female, desperate. She ran from the room screaming. From that night on, the house showed them pieces. Shadows replayed movements. Walls whispered names. Floors echoed screams that were not happening now. The house was not haunted. It was remembering. Laura could no longer ignore the feeling that the house was alive. Not moving, not breathing, but watching, learning. One morning, while cleaning the hallway closet, she found something strange. Behind the back wall, her hand touched a thin wooden panel. Loose. She pushed. The panel opened. Inside was a narrow space between the walls. Dark, dusty, and full of scratches. Hundreds of them. Deep lines, like someone had been counting days or begging to get out. At the bottom of the wall, something was carved. "We are still here." Laura stepped back, shaking. That night, she searched the town records again. This time, she found a pattern. Every 10 years. Same house, same family type, same ending. Always the father killed the family. Always the father died afterward. Always marked as madness. But there was one detail police never explained. In every case, neighbors reported hearing many voices in the house that night, more than 4. Daniel stopped sleeping. When he did sleep, he spoke in voices that were not his, sometimes old, sometimes female, sometimes childlike. He began standing in doorways at night, watching the twins, not moving, just breathing slowly. Laura begged him to see a doctor. He refused. "They're teaching me," he said calmly. "Teaching you what?" "How to fix the house." She realized then, the house did not want them to escape. It wanted to finish its memory. Daniel began drawing maps of the house, marking places, writing times, exact positions, like plans. One night, Laura followed him silently. He stood in the kitchen staring at the wall. On the wall, shadows moved. A man stabbing, a woman falling, children crawling. The past replayed again and again, and Daniel whispered, "I understand now." 3 days later, the house tested him. Emily collapsed in the hallway, not breathing. Laura screamed. Daniel stood frozen. For 10 seconds, 20. Then Emily gasped and woke. Doctors found nothing wrong, but Laura saw the truth. The house had practiced.
That night, the twins spoke again. "It happens tomorrow," Sarah said. "What happens?" Laura asked. "The recording ends." The storm came after midnight. Rain hit the roof like stones. Thunder shook the walls. At 11:52 p.m., the power died. Darkness swallowed the house. Laura locked herself and the twins in the bedroom, furniture against the door, knife in her hand. Footsteps climbed the stairs, slow, heavy, controlled. The house cried from every wall, screams, begging, commands. The door handle moved. The house spoke through Daniel's voice. "Open." She did not. The door broke. Daniel entered. His eyes were empty. Not angry, not sad, possessed by memory. The twins ran. Emily fell. Daniel grabbed her. Laura attacked him. They struggled. The knife fell. For one moment, Daniel cried, "I don't want this." The house screamed louder. The shadows surrounded them, guiding his hands, pointing, teaching. The knife rose again, and the house finished recording. Police arrived at dawn. Rain washed blood down the stairs. They found Laura dead in the living room, Emily dead in the hallway, Sarah dead in the bathroom, Daniel hanging in the basement, just like the Harris family. Same rooms, same order, same ending. Case closed. Another mad father. But there was one detail police never explained. In every case, neighbors reported hearing many voices in the house that night, more than 4. 6 months earlier, neighbors installed security cameras. One camera faced the Wilson house. They reviewed the footage. At first, nothing. Then, movement. During the murders, shadows moved inside the house. 4 figures, human-shaped, walking room to room, stopping beside Daniel, guiding him, pointing where to go next. When Daniel raised the knife, one shadow raised its arm with him, the past killing the present. Police erased the footage. Too impossible, too dangerous. The house was cleaned, repainted, sold again. New family, new beginning. A mother, a father, twin daughters. First night, silence. Then, a woman cried inside the walls, and the house began to remember again.
If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.